Hey, Facebook world! I can't wait to show you all these great books. We have a ton. Usborne and Kane Miller has over 1,600 titles. So these are just going to be a very small selection. And the ones that we are going to talk about are some of my personal favorites. So if you have any questions about any of these or any of the other ones you might see online or in our catalog, go ahead and jot those down in the comment section and I will get to you, I promise. If you want to gain a bunch of these books for yourself, having a party is the best way to go. You get a ton for free. So be sure to get your wish list started. Buy a couple now, have a party later. That's the best way to do it. Today I have a friend.
Hi.
She's not just my friend, she's my daughter. This is Kaylin. And we are going to go over some of my favorite books and she's going to help me out. All right, so first I want to tell you about the babies and toddlers. This is your very first books for your very first little ones. They are sturdy and strong and you cannot beat the quality. So Kaylin's going to show us the noisy orchestra. There's giant tabs at the top of the page, and the tabs are an easy way for kids, for little hands, to be able to turn the pages. So we love those. And the button that you push matches the tab. So Kaylin's going to push the orchestra. This is great because it teaches kids about all the pieces of the orchestra, and in the end it puts them all together to make a sweet song. And there's a battery compartment at the bottom so you can change out the battery. I love those books. It's great value at $19.99. The next books I want to talk to you a little bit about are our touchy-feely books. That's Not My is one of our best series that we have. The reason why is because the black ink that goes around all of the pictures, as well as the bold font, is great for little eyes that contrast in color and is very helpful for little babies. And the texture is fantastic. Everything that that is touchy-feely is what is described in the text. So it helps kids with their very first descriptive words too. Great vocabulary builder. So definitely these are a must, and you can see the pages are very thick. We love these books. The next books I want to talk to you a little bit about is one of our new ones. It's a peek inside book. This book is awesome. And it has cutaways, and Kaylin can stick her finger right through the front cover and show you that it has little cutaways that you can actually look and see, find the little critters that are hiding either behind the flaps or with those cutaways. So I love them because kids are very exploratory and they want to move and change things on the page and just interact with the book, and that helps them do that. So again, great quality. You can't beat it. I love this new series. I think there's 2 in the series. So get them both. They're really great. Okay. The next books I wanted to sort of talk to you about are our picture books. Kane Miller does some phenomenal things with picture books. Usborne typically gives you a lot of our factual content, whereas Kane Miller does a lot of picture books that really pull at your heartstrings and talk about transitional issues. So, of course, Everyone Poops, we have to talk about that one. It is hilarious. It's real, fun, current, never goes out of style, and it actually is one of our best sellers. It outsells most of all of our other books. So we love this book. It's kind of funny, and it's very factual. Some of the other books behind there, Googie Googie talks about adoption. Dan the Taxi Man and Fix It Duck have great cadence and song to their text, so it's really fun to read. Jonathan James and the What If Monster discusses worrying. Bob the Unicorn, being yourself. You will love those, all of those. We did talk a little bit about, in our other link, all of our wonderful activity books. The one I just failed to mention, though, was our Paper Planes to Fold and Fly. And when you open it up, it's full of paper. That's all the book is paper to make airplanes. But in the front cover, there are a ton of different instructions for kids to be able to fold their own airplanes. So if you've got a novice aviator, or if your kids just love to fold airplanes, this is just so much fun to have in the house. And for $7.99, you can't beat it. Another big series that I like is the Big Book series. We have a ton of them. You've heard that saying, I like big books and I cannot lie. Well, this is one of those big books. This book opens up, and kids usually play with them on the floor. Kaylin's going to try and hold it up for me, but look how big this book opens up to. It's got so much great content to teach kids, but it's also just so much fun because it's so big. Kids literally fall into the pages, and it is so much fun to be able to interact on a higher level there. Okay, so the next books, I know, like I said, we talked about our activity books, and you can see we have a ton of them, and there is a link if you have not seen it where I go into detail about some of my favorites, but I really wanted to talk to you about the See Inside, Look Inside, and Lift the Flap books. The Lift the Flap books, kind of your middle range books. This book in particular, Questions and Answers, talks about all the crazy things that kids have questions about. The who, what, when, wheres, and whys. And all the flaps are very, very sturdy. Kaylin could barely open the flaps. Sometimes they're just so thick and heavy. And she'll let it go, and it's pretty stiff. So don't be afraid to get these books for your kids. And remember, if they get ripped up and loved to death, you can get it replaced at half price. The next book I wanted to make sure you saw is the Look Inside series. And it's a slightly smaller formatted book. Still lots of great flaps and flaps within flaps. But this content is definitely for slightly younger kids. Again, great for either special needs or any kids who like to interact with their books and love to just open and find the answers. Of course, the older kids, we would not leave them out. And the See Inside series is definitely for the older kids. So you can see this one's See Inside Famous Buildings. I love this one because it's got so many great historical building sites that are great. Definitely a must-have. See Inside Your Body is another one. It's one of our more popular books. But you can see how thick these pages are. Super thick. You can't hurt these books. If you rip off a flap, I'd be pretty surprised. Okay, Kaylin, let's show some of our favorite reading books and some of our internet reference books. We love our reading books. The first ones I want to talk about are the Billy and Jack books. Those are definitely your first chapter book. Kaylin can pick one and open it up. There are a little bit of pictures, and the font is fairly large, and you can see that these are your very first chapter books. We recommend ages 4 to 6. I love these. These are just so, the Billy and Jack are best friends, and there's approximately 9 or 10, maybe even more now, in each of the series. So you can get a nice selection of books for your kids to start reading. Underneath those books, underneath my little pile here, we have some other ones. All-Star Cheerleader, we have Anna Hibiscus, we also have Jack Russell Dog Detective, and these are all for about that 7 to 11 range. Pet Vet, The Pony Crazed Princess is a newer one. We really have a ton of great fiction series now, so just let me know what your kids are interested in and I can help you point in the right direction. Older kids, we definitely have ones. Phoenix Files is for ages 12 and 14 and up. The Last 13 is a little bit slightly younger than that, but both of those are dystopian novels or dystopian serial novels where you have to read them in order, and they are about, the end of the world and how the end of the world is going to be saved by some children or some kids. Great, great books. You will love those. Black Ops back there, that one is a great series that's resulted from a book called The Conspiracy series, the Conspiracy 365 books. You'll love those, ages 10 and up. All the ones here in the middle, Butterflies is also a great book. Definitely let me know what your kids are interested in their age level. We have them for all ages. And then homework helpers. We love our homework helpers. Illustrated Dictionary of Math. Definitely something you need to have in your house. We have one for elementary. We have a very first one. And we have our traditional Illustrated Dictionary of Math. All of those great for particular ages. And if you open them up, it's basically a dictionary of concepts. Each is internet linked, which means that you can go online and find websites that are associated with that particular page in this particular book. Wonderful homework helpers. I tell you, you're going to love it. Parents love them probably more because the way math is taught is different. Now, our Bees and Wasps. There's They're hardback books. These are our beginners series, and these are internet referenced books. These are like mini encyclopedias. Teachers love these. They're only $4.99. They are such a great deal. And you can buy these in sets. So you'll buy a set of 5. It's like getting a 5th one free. So it's a great deal. So definitely look up the beginner reference sets. The astronomy book back there is the same concept, but for slightly older kids. And this has more websites related to it, and but again, mini encyclopedia-esque with all kinds of information. We keep the kids interested with lots of great graphics and pictures. So definitely get those for your older kids. The Encyclopedia of Encyclopedias. We have history, science, and geography. All of those are fantastic. I definitely recommend getting those when you host a party, because then you will pay nothing for it, hopefully. And then we have Greek myths, and those are also great books. So definitely, if you have any questions, feel free to jot it down in the comments. I hope I can help you. It's been a great time. Thanks, Kaylin.
Bye.
We'll see you soon.